Good morning, friends. How are you? I'm so excited to be here. Let's see. Make sure you can see me right. Maybe I'll scoot back just a little bit, make it better. Hey, so I'm a mom of 12 kids, as you may have already known. If you have never watched these videos before, then you'll know I'm a mom of 12 kids and that I have 9 boys, 3 girls. I've been married 28 years and I'm trying to track a little bit of my journeys that I have. You know, I have some videos where I show what goes on in our family, some videos where I show how I stay somewhat put together and how I'm able to keep going and get a lot done. As well as this last year, I lost quite a few pounds, and because of it, I ended up pregnant again. I didn't even know it was possible. So now I'm tracking that journey because it just seems like doing this kind of a journal is so much more efficient for me. It actually gets done. It's not one more thing on my to-do list that I have to sit down and do. And it just makes it to where I get to interact with you, which I absolutely love and enjoy, and be able to meet new people, talk to people, and I just really appreciate all the love and support. So please keep coming back. I really appreciate you. You could click that subscribe button down there, and there's a little bell you can click on that will notify you when I come on. I almost always come on Monday mornings before 10 o'clock. So if you can come on in and join me, I would really love to have you. Thanks for being here. It's so good to see you. Okay, so here's the thing. Week 16. Oh my gosh. All right, so I went to a midwife appointment last week because I like to cover all different aspects, a little bit of holistic, natural, because I go see a nurse midwife as well, and I see a doctor, and currently I'm seeing a specialist. But I just found out she's not technically a specialist. She's a doctor. Okay, maybe she has a lot of experience. She's been doing it for like 28 years, but she's not technically a specialist. And since I'm high risk, I'm a little bit upset like that. It's like I don't want just her judgment from her years. I want someone who's been trained in high risk pregnancies, so I can just make sure we don't miss anything. We cross all of our T's and dot all of our I's kind of thing, you know what I mean? So here we go. But the one thing, you know, we went there, and as usual, this has not subsided. When I go in there, I'm always wondering, am I going to hear the baby's heartbeat? And I'm always surprised when I do. And I think that's so silly because you just have to have faith that it's growing. I mean, what are you going to do? Plant a seed in the ground and keep checking to make sure it's growing? Or are you going to keep, you know, every day pulling up the soil so you can see? I mean, you're going to damage that seed if you do that every day. So it's good that I'm not able to check every day. I mean, I can check with my Doppler. It's out of batteries. I need some more goo. But I just don't feel comfortable when I can't feel the baby move. And I forgot how long it takes before you can actually feel that strong movement on a daily, regular basis. And that is so exciting and so comforting as a mom when you're just like, okay, everything's good. You know, the baby's moving, they're strong, I can feel it. And that's really what I want to happen. And when it gets there, I mean, I am 16 weeks today. So that means it should be getting stronger and stronger, and I should begin to feel that more and more. But, you know, you just, until that happens. So when I went in to see her and that was able to hear the heartbeat almost instantaneously, I was just like, oh, good, it's still there. So I just feel silly, but whatever. Then on top of that, I'm going to make sure that I keep going in a direction where I'm getting things done. But it is so hard because I'm so sleepy all the time. Like, I almost feel like I have narcolepsy. You know that disease that people can get where they're just sitting there and in the middle of the nowhere, they're just out, you know, they just fall asleep. There's a, oh shoot, I can't think of his name. Oh, Josh Shipp. Josh Shipp, he talks about that. He was abandoned as a child, and he went through all these foster care systems, and he got this family, and they ended up adopting him, and he just makes jokes about the dad. He loves the dad. He loves the family. They were so good to him and just really taught him a lot of values about how important the family is. And I'll put a link to him below. It's really he's really a fun person to watch. But he talks about how his dad had narcolepsy, and he'd be talking to him on the phone, and then he'd be asleep. And so here I am, I'm like sitting downstairs, right? So we do school about 9:30 in the mornings. And then the kids are reading to me, and because they have to take turns reading or working out their assignments, and I'm sitting there listening. And then all of a sudden I'm just like, I feel like just falling asleep. And I'm just always so tired. I could be driving in the car. We're just going to the grocery store. My husband's driving. And I'm like, oh, this is a perfect time for a nap. And I just want to lay down. And it's just so funny to me that being 46, I mean, maybe younger people get that, but I don't remember being this tired at any of my other pregnancies, maybe with the twins. But even then, I didn't feel this kind of tired. I just feel exhausted. So I hope that you cut yourself slack and realize that, because what I do is I just have to scale back. I have to lower my level of perfection. I have to be okay with good enough and just try to keep up with my basic routines and just do those things I need to do, because otherwise I'm a stress case, and I don't need any stress in my life right now. It's very important for me to keep that stress down so I don't get my blood pressure up, and I can just stay kind of even kill. I mean, as long as I keep my blood pressure under 110, we're good to go. If it starts going up, 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 that's just dangerous for me, and I don't want to do that. I did notice that last week I pushed it a little too hard. I spent one day cleaning out all 3 of my fridges. You know, we have 3 fridges. Big families kind of require that. And we cleaned out those fridges, and here I am pregnant. And by the end of the time, I mean, it was only 2.5 hours it took. We emptied all 3, washed out all 3, soap and water, took out every shelf, every drawer. I washed inside. My son dried it. You know, I do a little video on it. It will be posted this week. And I'm just switching everything around that goes in my refrigerators. And by the time it was done, 2.5 hours later, I had swollen feet. Yeah, my feet were swollen, my ankles were swollen. My husband was worried about me, and I'm like, look, I just worked steady 2 hours. I didn't get off my feet. I just stood there, washed dishes, you know, wiping out fridges. So yeah, it makes sense. And it's the end of the day. I mean, think of all the things I've done all day, and I did that on top of it. So of course my feet are going to be swollen, but I have to be really careful with myself. I got to keep drinking my water, 3 or 4 of these a day. They are 1-liter bottles, and it just is easy if I just put them all in the fridge the night before. That way they're fresh to go in the morning, and that water just flushes all the toxins. It keeps you hydrated, keeps the baby hydrated. I just feel so much better. So that's that. And after that project, I was just like, I need to be careful not to do such large projects, maybe ones that don't require me to be up for so long, or that don't require me to move so fast, because you know you want to hurry and get everything cleaned out so you can get the fridge stuff back in so nothing gets, you know, just gets too warm. And then I noticed that just throughout the week, there was times where I felt like I was just doing too much, and I was like, I really need to be careful to scale back. So I started taking that more into consideration and being more careful so that I can just watch myself and having my kids help more in a different way than they ever have before. And that's good, you know. The more help you can get, the better. You'll probably want to see where I'm at physically. Hopefully this works out. I'll show you. Doesn't look like you're going to be able to see here. I'll get on the knees. You can't even see there, because you can't really see. It doesn't show a whole lot. I've got my shirt tucked into my pants. Let's see if I can lower that just a little bit. See, I've got my shirt tucked into my pants, so it's not too much poking out. And then I'll just start to pop out. This is the 4th month, and like I said, come 4 months, I can't hide it anymore. Even last week, I noticed when I sit down, if I wear certain jeans, my little bit smaller ones, I have to open them up a little bit, because otherwise that button just digs into where the baby is. The baby's up to the belly button, so that button lines up almost perfectly there. And I just have to let some pressure off, you know, because otherwise it hurts, starts cramping, and I don't want that, and that's not comfortable. So I just really have to watch. I also am really busy just taking care of the family and everything that gets done, and I'm just noticing I really am going to have to be careful to stop, take time for me, be careful for me, and just make sure I take care of all of my needs amongst everyone else's needs and that mine need to be first. And that's really hard to do, you know, getting enough sleep, getting enough exercise, you know, getting my walks in. Those are getting more and more challenging just because by the end of the day, I'm so tired. And, you know, maybe I should be doing them early in the morning, but I don't like to start off sweaty. So I don't know. I've got to figure out the best route. We'll see what happens. So anyways, well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. It was good to see you. Please keep checking back. Once a week I do these pregnancy updates, and I usually try to throw in another video or two during the week that's more of kind of what's been going on in our lives or some crazy thing that crossed my mind that I need to share. So whatever you like. I hope you enjoy these videos. If there's any questions you have or anything else you would like to know more of, please let me know and I'll be sure to include it in the next video. All right, take care. Have a great day. Actually, have a great week. Bye-bye.